Here's a sneak peek for an upcoming blog post slash strategy guide that I'm going to be writing, and it was inspired by a funny story that came up over the weekend. This video is probably going to be mainly for anyone who's young in their career, early in their career, and you'll see why in a second. So basically, what inspired me to write the story and record this video is we had family visiting, and our son was getting ready for bedtime, and his pajamas were Santa Claus pajamas. And they're like, what the heck? You're still wearing Santa Claus pajamas? It's March 13th. And our response was there isn't any shame in our thrifty game. And it made me and my wife think about how we've approached our finances pretty different than what most of the people around us. And it started early on. So when we first moved out here, we were working our way through college, and so we had to make judgment calls and decisions on where we were going to allocate our money because we didn't want to be overspending. And so our approach was to be pretty thrifty about the decisions we were making, and more than anything, just really question the value of what we were spending on and if that was the best placement for us to be spending our hard-earned money and limited money. One thing that was cool and beneficial about the last 10 years since we started doing that and approaching our finances that way is we have made upgrades along the way. We definitely don't live the same standard of living that we did when we were in that tiny apartment that I'm going to write about, and it was horrible. But we've been able to make upgrades, but still thought out processes to why and when we would do those types of things, and it's made it that much more rewarding and valuable. Those things that we purchase, we don't really take them for granted. We love cooking it on our cookware that we have now compared to where we started out. And so I think that's one of the biggest takeaways that I think I want you to get from this video or from that strategy guide that I post is going to be that it's perfectly fine to be a little bit thrifty early on. I actually think it's better to be thrifty early on, knowing that you can make those upgrades throughout your career, and they're just going to be that much more, you're going to be that much more aware of where your spending is going and the value that you're placing on the items that you're purchasing. So hopefully that gives you something to think about. If you're early in your career, I'd say question where you are placing the value as you're making your financial decisions, because it's going to empower you to have more control over your finances as you move throughout your career. Then really value those different upgrades and things that are going to increase your kind of enjoyment as you're going throughout your career. So hopefully it gives you something to think about.